How is the energy transition affecting commercial and industrial consumer behavior? How is it impacting the way businesses think about energy supply options? Power production, infrastructure, demand response, technology, tariffs, regulated markets, deregulated markets bring about confusion around how a comprehensive and unbiased solution can be put together and implemented. As management teams and shareholders move to address sustainability, simply purchasing grid power from the utility is a thing of the past. The best solution requires a different approach. It requires a deep understanding of the market participants and their initiatives, technology, infrastructure options, tariff landscapes, demand-side management, and operational systems to understand all the pieces required to create a comprehensive energy supply strategy and solution. Not to mention the relationships required to negotiate those items, from site selection to tariff negotiations, from procurement to installation, and from operations and maintenance. This confusion brings about a debate between asset-oriented companies and energy solutions providers. Both are at work in the marketplace, competing to demystify how a business should address energy supply and sustainability. One sells product, the other develops a strategy. Both will remain a key component of the marketplace, but which one is better positioned for growth? Which one is more aligned with the consumer? The market has changed significantly over the past few years, and more changes are coming. Transmission and distribution charges continue to outpace the cost of the commodity, and it seems inevitable this trend will continue. It is possible that T&D may grow to become 70 to 80% of an electric bill in the deregulated U.S. markets. As a result, customer analytics need to incorporate economics delivered to the meter as well as strategies behind the meter collectively as a single solution. Wires charges have been gaining market share on a customer's bill for the past several years. This price signal has encouraged activity behind the meter. Calculated strategies to reduce distribution charges grow every year, along with increased participation in utility and ISO demand response programs. What will be the response of the wires companies if their pool of revenue shrinks over time? Do they change the formula by which they charge? Would they widen the window of calculations to reduce consumer optimization behind the meter? Fact patterns suggest we are headed in this direction. The result? Consumers will continue to move away from the grid, and in some cases, disconnect, ultimately replacing the utility. Why? It's more economic, and in some cases, more sustainable. Demand and regulatory support for renewable supply is strong. The utility-scale solar pipeline mimics the wind boom of the late 2000s. Over 10 gigawatts of solar will be constructed and online in Texas by 2024, transforming the marketplace once again. Behind-the-meter utility-scale solar is close to parity with grid power. This will pressure electricity prices in the spot market, and with changes to the supply stack, it's likely electricity prices will be lower for longer. Demand response and load resource programs continue to accelerate, where low-cost power markets are attracting large and flexible electricity loads. These new demand centers are constructed with demand-side management infrastructure and will curtail during times of price scarcity. They are also designed to reduce distribution charges by shifting demand to arbitrage tariffs. New to the markets are controllable load resources that are superior to existing demand response as they provide primary frequency response, like a generator. So how does this all affect consumer behavior? Market dynamics are shifting rapidly, all with long-term implications. As a result, developing a comprehensive energy solution is a complex, confusing, and frankly, it's just too hard. Resources to address energy supply in the past are not sufficient for the future. Asset-based companies are growing in numbers, but how does product bias impact the consumer? Solutions providers have no bias. But does economic transparency truly exist? When developing a plan for energy, one must possess unbiased and transparent options for every possible solution, specific to each client's assets and sustainability requirements. At Priority Power, this is exactly what we do. To add another layer of complexity, new businesses, or those looking to relocate or expand, require guidance with site selection, and site selection demands comprehensive knowledge of the electrical transmission network. As with any long-term solution, intellectual capital is required to address changes in the future that may impact an initial strategy and therefore require a layer of optionality to alter the initial strategy as the market landscape changes. This is why our clients have been with us for many years. We act as our client's internal energy division, and the optimal energy strategy requires work every day. The end-to-end energy solution remains fragmented. Fragmentation results in compounded cost from self-interest and multiple profit centers. Separation of parts also prevents consolidation of commodity expenses with revenue opportunities from asset and load management programs. Addressing all the parts together yields the best combination of energy security and reliability, cost, and carbon reduction. Decarbonization of the global economy is an undeniable and rapidly accelerating trend. Priority Power is here to help. Give us a call. We'd be honored to speak with you. Stay safe and all the best.